يقول راجي عفو رب سامعي محمد بن الجزري الشافعي: الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد، إن هذه مقدمة فيما على قارئه أن يعلمه، إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات، محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Allah teach us, benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals and in good deeds, Ya Rabbil Alameen. We, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings, in Al-Jazariyya made easy, class number 60, and we are still on the fourth section. Fourth or fifth? Fourth, right? Introduction, Makharij, Sifat. In the fourth section of this most famous poem and most important poem in the science of Tajweed, which is منظومة المقدمة فيما يجب على قارئ القرآن أن يعلمه by Imam الحفاظ وحجة القراء محمد بن محمد بن علي بن يوسف ابن الجزري رحمه الله تعالى, who was born what time, what year? 751 and passed away 833, right? We said that maybe 100 times so far. 751 and passed away 833, right? Rahimahullah ta'ala. And we are in line 28, right? We are in line 28. Let's review very quickly this section. What does Imam Al-Jazari say, rahimahullah? والأخذ بالتجويد حتم لازم من لم يصحح القرآن آثم لأنه به الإله أنزل وهكذا منه إلينا وصل وهو أيضا حلية التلاوة وزينة الأداء والقراءة وهو إعطاء الحروف حقها من كل صفة ومستحقها ورد كل واحد لأصله واللفظ في نظيره كمثله مكملا من غير ما تكلف باللطف في النطق بلا تعسف وليس بينه وبين تركه إلا رياضة امرئ بفكه. I don't know if I missed a line because I'm looking at something else. Anyway, we finished line 28. Just to wrap up one more point. وهكذا منه إلينا وصل. We said learning the first two lines we learned so far in this section. والأخذ بالتجويد حتم لازم. Implementing tajweed is mandatory, necessary. من لم يصحح القرآن آثم. Whoever doesn't correct his recitation of the Quran in a way that makes him or her avoid the major mistakes that change the meaning, then he's a sinner. Why? لأنه به الإله أنزل. Because God, Allah revealed it with it, revealed the Quran with it, with tajweed. So you have to read it with tajweed, right? It's funny and sad to hear that some Quran schools or Hifth schools, they said we're not going to teach tajweed anymore. I don't know what they're planning to do. Anyway, إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. لِأَنَّهُ بِهِ الْإِلَهُ أَنزَلَ. There is no Quran without tajweed. And when you say Quran, means tajweed. When you say tajweed, means Quran. They're connected. You cannot separate them. You cannot say, can I read without tajweed, Sheikh? Read without tajweed. You can read any book without tajweed. The Quran, tajweed. لأنه به الإله أنزل وهكذا, and thus and in this way منه, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إلينا وصل, reached to us. We said, guys, one of the most important things that helped us receive the Quran in the same way is the review, that Muslims keep reviewing the Quran, they keep reading the Quran. And we talked about the importance of reviewing the Quran, particularly for you as Huffaz. And we said that is a major sin. That is a major sin according to some scholars. I know, some scholars. And to some scholars it's not a major sin, it's a small sin. And to some scholars it is not a sin, but it is a punishment. And I gave you the example when someone asked me, one of the students, why, like, if I've memorized an ayah and I just forgot it. Why is a sin? Why will that be a sin? And why it's a punishment, or it should bring me a punishment? Why? So I give the example, if your father, you did something good and he rewarded you with a very valuable prize, and then you took that prize and you just put it on the street, throw it in the street. Don't you deserve punishment for that? Huh? Can the child say, no, you gave it to me, this is my prize, I can do whatever, I can just throw it in the street? Really? I worked hard and brought you this gift to reward you, then this is how you treat it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beyond examples. He blessed you and gifted you His words to keep it in your heart. So if you neglect it until you forget it, you deserve punishment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala treat us not with His justice, but with His mercy and His love. So this is the idea, guys, behind the importance of reviewing what you have memorized and the importance of revision. Now, how do we review and how much do we review? These are the two last points that we did not finish up. So let's finish them up, then we move to the next line. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. How do we review? The first point, how do we review? How do we review? How do you review? I'm trying to see your ways before I tell you what I think. How do you review? For your daily review, do you have some daily review? How do you review for your daily review? You open the Mus'haf. It's not the Mus'haf, okay. You open the Mus'haf and you look at your circle mistakes. Okay, that's how you review. I'm not saying how you prepare for your Ijazah class. I'm saying how do you review your daily review that you do daily so that you don't forget what you memorize. Just you open those up and you read. How much every day? 10-15 pages. How do you review? Quick.
I just read like from random places.
You read from random places. How much?
Around 10.
10. You read. You hold them up and you read.
Well, like, I don't look, but if I like have a mistake, then I look.
Nice. You hold the Mus'haf and you start reading. When you have a mistake, you look. How do you know you had a mistake? Okay. How do you do it?
I just almost have to read the page over and over again.
You read the page. You read from the Quran. So you look at the page over and over again. So how many pages do you do a day?
I don't know how much time this is, but like usually like.
So there's no number. There's time. Same.
Maybe like 10 pages.
10 pages. How?
Like review the recite.
You look at the Mus'haf, then you do it without looking? Okay.
I usually read it and then close the Mus'haf and read it again.
So you read from the Mus'haf, then you close it, then you read by heart. How many pages a day?
10.
10.
I do the same as her, and then I'll do like 5 to 7 pages.
I do the same as well.
So you read from the Mus'haf, then you close and you recite by how many? Like 7 pages?
Like 10.
10.
I do the same thing, but it depends.
Same thing. You read from the Mus'haf, then you read by heart.
I try to. And then it depends on time.
Depends on time. Okay. First of all, let's say how we should review. The Holy Quran for you, for any person, is two things or 2 parts. One part you've memorized and you can recite any time, and that applies maybe only to Juz' Amma. Right? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah forgive us. May Allah forgive us. What you have memorized, there are 2 parts. What you already memorized, and you can review, you can read any time. That is called Hifth or Mahfuz. something that you really memorized and you can recall anytime. That part, it only needs review every now and then, just review. Just you keep reading it from your memory. Anything other than this means you need to re-memorize it. You need to re-memorize it. Because it's not memorized. It was memorized. Unfortunately, I have one of the students, she was in one of the schools in Raleigh, and she came, she knows 6 or 7 ajza. When we're giving her old, those ajza as old, she said, they're like new for me. So this is what happens when you ignore the old review, or when you're disconnected from the review for a couple of months. This is what will happen. What you memorized is gone. Is gone. Of course, when you try to re-memorize it, it will be easier than the new hafظ, but you have forgotten it, or made to forget it. So, the way to review, so this is number one. Those ayat or surah that you feel you have forgotten them, you cannot read them by heart at any time. If we tell you now, read for us from Surah Al-Mulk, most of you will know. Read for us from Surah An-Nisa, I need to review. So you need to re-memorize. Of course, some of those surah, maybe sometimes you need just to look at the page. Just let me have a look at it. That's fine. This doesn't need more time than, Wallah, I need 10 minutes to read this page. Give me 10 minutes to be ready. Okay, I tell you, okay, read Salah. And I want you to read this page in Salah. You say, Wallah, I need 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, mash. If you tell me I need half an hour, this means you have to re-memorize. If you need 10 minutes, this means you need to give more care for this page than the ones that you know more. So you judge and you decide. But now, how do I review? I hold the mushaf and I review by heart. Review means by heart. Review means by heart. You review by heart. Revision, muraja'a or ta'ahud, by reading it by heart. Muraja'a. Muraja'a is by heart. So you start reading. Now, how do I know I'm making a mistake? Listen, the rule. You start reviewing. When you doubt the ayah, or the word, or a letter, or you get stuck, then you off it. Tamam? Tamam? Any doubt, you doubt the ayah, is it this or this? Right away, once you doubt it, open the mushaf and look. And now when you look, once you open the mushaf, that ayah or that word, minimum 15 times. You read it. Take pictures. And not like this. Like this. Like this. Make use and utilize the tools that Allah has given you. And don't read it. No. Read it aloud. فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقُّ وَلَا تَعْجَلْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يُقْضَى إِلَيْكَ وَحْيُهُ. Okay. How many times? Minimum 15. Minimum. And this word you connect it, this word or this ayah connected with what's before it and what's after it. Okay? Then what do? You close, start from before that place where you had hesitation or where you got stuck. Continue. You had again, still hesitant, go back and do 15 more times. And this, you continue this way. You finish the page, you got stuck at the end of the page. Open, connect the last line with the next line. How do you connect? Some masahif, they write here the first 3 words approximately of the next page. Right, sister? So what do that helps you. And if you don't have it in your mushaf, you do it. Hold a pencil or a pen, write at the end of the page the first 3 words of the next page. Write them down here at the end. Does your mushaf have it? His mushaf has it. That will help you. That will help you. You're reading even without needing to look, because the time you're looking here, it's taking time here. But when it's there right away, you take the picture together. You take the picture together. SubhanAllah, see how these are smart people. Alhamdulillah that we have open-minded scholars most of the time who make these nice, good innovations. These good innovations, right? Because when the word is here, you're taking a picture of the whole thing. But when you're flipping, the brain took a picture for this, then took a separate picture for this. Right? So I do this myself in my own mushaf. I write them down here. Write them with your own words, with your own writing. Write them down. And connect them. قال رب لم حشرتني أعمى وقد كنت بصيرا. And don't forget to apply the rules, okay? Not you say بصيرا قال بصيرا, no. بصيرا قال كذلك أتتك آياتنا فنسيتها وكذلك اليوم تنسى. تمام? If there is a circle, now يعني this way will save you circles, working on the circled words or the underlined words or the old mistakes. This way it summarizes everything. Maybe you had circled, if you're just going to open and do the circles, maybe you already fixed them and you have hesitation in different ayat or in other ayat. So this is the best way, inshallah. You read by heart, and when you have any hesitation, or you get stuck, you look at it. Now when you come to prepare for the ijazah test, for the juz' test, then make sure you work on every single circled or underlined or highlighted word 15 times. Then you do the whole thing. Does that make sense? Anyone has any question about this? This is how you review. This is how you review. I'm not, for some of you, they need something more. Some of you need something more. What do they need? And if you all do this, that will be great. If you all of you do this way, that will be great. When you have a word that I circled for you, and this advice for all Quran students. And if there's a Quran student who is learning in a school and his teachers do not circle the mistakes on the mushaf, please tell your teachers to do that. Because if they're not circling the mistakes, you're losing a big advantage to go home and work on your mistakes. You're not going to remember every mistake the teacher corrected you in. And do it with a pencil. Some people who don't have knowledge, I don't want to say more, okay? Who don't have enough knowledge, they think, no, you should not do anything on the mushaf. Don't put a circle, don't put anything, no. SubhanAllah, how this kid will memorize? How this kid will memorize? You're not changing the mushaf, you're just highlighting a mistake. You're just circling a word that you need to focus on more. Just like they put some letters with different colors. So if someone is really like, he doesn't want this, he doesn't have enough knowledge, the basic knowledge. So there's no problem whatsoever with this. Just do it with a pencil, and after the teacher tests you and make sure that you're not doing this mistake anymore, the teacher can erase that mistake. The best way, guys, the best way to fix these mistakes is, to ask the teacher in front of you how to read this word, or to read it, or to fix it in front of him or her. And then do it 15 times. Minimum. I'm saying 15 times minimum. Even when you memorize, I'm saying 15 times, that's the minimum. And it might not be enough for some students. Now, if you don't have the teacher, this is the most cases where you're reviewing at home, the teacher is not with you at home. Now you can have the teacher with you at home, right? You can have the teacher at home. Let the teacher come to you through YouTube, put the surah that you're doing, let the sheikh move to the word you want, and see how the sheikh is reading that word. So you see how the sheikh is reading that word that has been circled for you. You know why? Because many of you, they're in front of me right here, and the word is circled, and I tell them, no, it's not like this. They repeat the same word. It's not like this. That is how it is. I said, look. So I give the student, one of you, this is one of you, not someone from another planet. One of you. I tell him, look at it. He's, oh, it's like this. I did it like this. I say, Ya akhi, look at it. Read it letter by letter. Then, then he or she realizes, most likely when you're doing it at home, most likely you're gonna just look at it and just read it the same way. And you think, I fixed that mistake. You did not fix it. You know what you did? You know what you did? What's the word? What's the verb? You have reinforced the mistake in your brain. Isn't that the right verb? Huh? You have reinforced the mistake in your brain. Because you have done it 15 more wrong times. 15 more times incorrectly. Why? Ya akhi, put the video. Just move right away. Move the sheikh right away to the word you want. Just see how he's reading it. Khalas. Then you read it 5 times. Then play that word again. Then do 10 times. That's the best way to fix the mistake, guys. If you don't want to do that, and you think it's time consuming, you're gonna spend more time to fix it. Just see how the shaykh is reading it. Okay? Mash. That is the way to review. Now, how much should I review? How much should I review? Some of you said 5 pages. Allah bless all of you memorize the whole Quran, right? If you're doing 5 pages a day, how much time you need to review the whole Quran? How much time? Huh? How much time? 5 pages. How many pages do we have? 600, right? Right? 600. If every day 5 pages, 600 divided by 5, how many days do you want? 0, 0, 6. Almost how many? 100? 100 something. Right? 100 how much? 120? 120? Right, 120, right? How much?
4 months.
4 months. 4 months. You will forget. By the time you finish Nas, they'll sound for you like still you did not get them. That's too much. But I'll tell you, I'll be realistic with you. If you're not reviewing consistently every day, start now. And if you think you don't have the time, start with 5 pages every day. Start with 5 pages. And increase them bit by bit. Make it something fixed in your daily schedule. Don't compromise it. If you have tests, if you have anything, 5 pages, akhi, 5 pages. You spend so much time, your parents spend so much money, you spend so much time of your life, many hours of your life to memorize them here. Why are you losing them? Don't lose them. I should not need to talk to you about this because you are now all teachers and being trained to be teachers. But because of you, some of you are not doing it, right? So please, don't lose what you have gained. Start with 5 pages. The best, if you want the best, 10 ajza every day. That's the best, okay? You cannot do that, okay? If you cannot do 10 ajza, do 3 ajza. And when I was in Georgia, I would do 6 ajza. So every 5 days I would finish one. Every 5 days I would finish one. And some people, one brother from Cuba, he said, you keep reading. Now I'm afraid for you something will happen here. I said no. I said the opposite. Anyway, by Allah's blessings, that was a great way for da'wah. Even though Allah, I didn't have time. I was very busy reading the Bible and reading the other things and preparing for da'wah, etc. I was doing 6 ajza. 6 ajza every day. 6 ajza every day. If you cannot, do at least 3. If you do 1 juz', that's fine, that's good. But maintain it. 1 juz'. Then, inshallah, if you maintain, then you will be able to do faster. How much time did any one of you time himself or herself when you review a page? Anyone time himself or herself? Raise your hand. How much time the page takes for you?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Depends on the page. Anywhere.
The ones that you know.
5 minutes.
5 minutes? That's a lot. You know it and it takes 5 minutes?
Oh.
If you know the page.
It's like 2-3 minutes.
Okay. It should not take more than 2 minutes. The page should not take more than 2 minutes. We're going to talk today, inshallah, about the speeds of tilawah. When you're reviewing, review with hadr. Obviously, you don't do hadr, you do super hadr or express hadr. But that's not right also. We're gonna talk about this. So with hadr, the page should not take more than 2 minutes. For me, when I review for Taraweeh, the page should take 1 minute. I recorded every page to take 1 minute. If it takes 1 minute, 2 seconds, I repeat the page. I record it again. Right? Did I share with you or who? Remember? 2 years? You were in the group, you and your brother. And so, 1 minute. The page 1 minute. Without skipping the rules. Okay? 1 minute. But I don't want you to. 2 minutes is very good. Okay? 2 minutes is good. Mashi. So this is, inshallah, the completion of this line about line 28. وَهَكَذَا مِنْهُ إِلَيْنَا وَصَلَ. Look how amazing this ummah and how amazing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's gift for us that we read our book just like this by heart, all of it. And some people, they did not even reading. The majority of people I met, they did not even read their holy book. They did not even read it one time in their whole life, and they're old and they have children. They did not even read it one time in their whole life. Then they come and they want to defend their religion or their theology. That is what we call the blind following. That's what we call the blind following. That's something we don't have. When you defend and you say this is, well, did you read this book? Did you read your book? Then how are you defending it? Do you know what is there in your book? See the blessing that Allah has given us, guys? Every Muslim, even who doesn't read the Quran, at least they will hear it in Ramadan, they will hear it, right? They have heard it so many times, right? Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to continue on this path and not to lose what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. One of the Sahaba, and I always feel guilty and feel sad because I'm not having enough time to prepare for you the material. Honestly, most of the time I'm not having enough time to prepare for you the way I want, the way I like. But alhamdulillah, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us. There's a hadith, Sayyidina, what's his name? Abdullah bin Amr radiallahu anhu. He told Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about reviewing the Quran. So he told him he heard sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as in the authentic hadith narrated by Imam Ahmad and others. Imam Ahmad and others. You guys, you make sure you don't do what I'm doing now. But you need to search a hadith, you write one word, then you take the hadith from where it. This is review for me. I know the hadith and I know it's authentic, etc. I'm just getting the wording So don't don't copy just everything the same. Be careful, that's dangerous. Okay? You don't get knowledge like this. But if you have studied and you know something and you're reviewing the fatwa, we're reviewing, we're not taking it or studying it, we're reviewing it or reviewing the hadith. Okay? So he said, radiyallahu anhuma, Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As, in the authentic hadith narrated by Imam Ahmad and others, he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he heard that the Prophet, that Sayyidina Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As radiyallahu anhuma, he read the Quran in one night. No, that's not possible. Impossible. Why impossible? Why impossible? Why impossible? How many minutes the page takes? With me it takes 1 minute. Okay, if I know it well, 1 minute. Okay, so how many minutes do we have for the whole Quran? How many minutes? 600, right? Divide by 60, 10 hours. From Maghrib until Fajr. From Maghrib until Fajr. The night starts from Maghrib, right? From Maghrib until Fajr, we don't have 10 hours? We don't have. In the long winter nights, how many hours we have in the night? Approximately. From Maghrib until Fajr. Now Maghrib, when is Maghrib now? After you change the clock? 5:30. Until Fajr is also 5:30 approximately. How much is that? 12 hours. So they claim, no, that's impossible. Oh, come on. If this servant is reading the page in 1 minute, what about that giant of Islam, Sayyidina Abdullah bin Amr? Okay, let's say 1 minute. Okay, 10 hours. So some people, they think they're smart and they want to criticize all the narrations about Islam when they hear things like this and this. Come on. This is illogical. You don't know. When they hear Imam Shafi'i, this is mentioned about many Imams, by the way, in Islam. Imam Shafi'i, Imam Abu Hanifa, that they read the Quran in a rak'ah. They mentioned this about Sayyidina Uthman. He read the Quran in a rak'ah. Come on. If you don't know, those are people, ya akhi, those are true believers. Those are ones who have Allah's love in their heart, like more than everything else. That was their joy, their pleasure to supplicate to their Lord. Not like us, we just want the Shaykh, come on, finish. We just want to finish Salah. Do you understand? Many of those great people, they will say they pray Fajr with the wudu of Isha. They pray Fajr with wudu of Isha. What can we say about ourselves? So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he heard about Sayyidina Abdullah bin Amr that he's doing that. Then he told him, إِنِّي أَخْشَى أَن يَطُولَ عَلَيْكَ زَمَانٌ أَن تَمَلْ اقرأه في كل شهر. He said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I'm afraid that a time will come upon you, then you will start getting bored. So read it in a month. That's what I told you. If you read it in a month, that's great. Read it in a month. Listen, this young man, this young believer, listen to his answer. Listen. I said this in the khutbah in Rai about the youth, the status of youth. Watch it. The status of youth in Islam. Go watch it. He said, Ya Rasulullah, da'ni astamti'u biquwwati wa shababi. Ya Rasulullah, please let me make use of my strength and my young age. دعني أستمتع من قوتي وشبابي. Please, he's telling him, subhanallah. Now we tell you, like, read like 10 pages, read. No, let me just do one line. Like, do 5, you can do 5 and just let me do. He's telling him opposite. Please let me do more. He's telling the teacher, please let me do more. Let me make benefit and enjoy my young age and my youth. and my strength. Now I'm young man, I'm strong, I can do. He said then, read it in every 20 days. Again he said, Ya Rasulullah, I can do more, I can do it in much less time. دعني أستمتع من قوتي وشبابي. He said, then read it in 10 days. Every day, 3 أجزاء. He said, Ya Rasulullah, دعني أستمتع من قوتي وشبابي. He said, read it in 7. 7. 7 days. Yani every day how many أجزاء? 4 and some lines, right? He said, Ya Rasulullah, دعني أستمتع من قوتي وشبابي فأبى. He said no. So this was about Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu. Of course the scholars, they know some, because also some people who just read a hadith, they come and say, oh, how Uthman did he read that in one night? The Prophet ﷺ is... Listen, you cannot deduce a ruling from one hadith. That's only the job of ignorant people. That's the job of ignorant people. That's the work of ignorant people. Of people who didn't have the full knowledge. And it's more, sometimes more serious and dangerous to have an incomplete knowledge than having no knowledge at all. When you have an incomplete information or insufficient information, sometimes it's more dangerous than not having the information at all. So the Sahaba, those great Imams, they know this hadith before you were born and before I was born. They know the hadith. So the hadith is telling about continuity, consistency on doing it this way. But if you sometimes make use of a blessed night and you do something extra, there's no hadith that is preventing you from this. Okay? And the scholars mention many proofs for that. Many of those righteous predecessors, they will spend the whole night repeating an ayah, repeating the same ayah a whole night. They are different people. They are different people. They're not like us. We cannot compare ourselves to them, unfortunately. We cannot. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to follow their footsteps. So that is for review, guys. If you do one juz every day, that will be good. That will be great. If you do more, and I know some of the Ijazah students, they do 3 ajza every day. But they didn't just do it like this, 3 ajza every day. They started juz, then they find, mashallah, now they can do more. Okay, they did 2, then 3. Okay, and I told you I did 5, 6. Every 5 days, I have to finish it once. Khalas. We're gonna start the line 29. Inshallah next class. We keep delaying Aqidah. Let's finish the introduction of Aqidah since we finished this line. So, is there any other point I wanted to finish here? Let me see. Bismillah. So we wanted to finish about review. We talked about the Prophet ﷺ's prophethood. We talked about the proofs, etc., etc. And now we can move to the next line, inshallah, which is what? وهو أيضا حلية التلاوة وزينة الأداء والقراءة. وهو أيضا حلية التلاوة وزينة الأداء والقراءة. وهو means, what is it? وهو. He or it is. What is he talking about? In the previous line he said وهكذا من لأنه به بلاه أنزل وهكذا منه إلينا وصل. وصل, arrived or reached, means the Quran, right? Bihi, we said with tajweed. Now he's saying, and it is, excuse me, what is he talking about in this section? What is the title of this section? The section of tajweed. And لأنه به, because with it means with tajweed, right? And now he's saying وهو means tajweed. So وهو means what? How do you translate وهو? It is. And it is means what? Tajweed. What is it? وهو أيضا حلية التلاوة. It is the decoration of tilawah, the beauty of tilawah, the ornament of tilawah. وهو أيضا, in addition to the fact that the Quran was revealed with it, it also gives beauty to the qira'ah. SubhanAllah, when you see someone reading without applying the rules and without, you see as if he's reading a newspaper. We tell the students when they read like without applying the rules, we tell, what are you reading, a newspaper or what? Right? Because this is how it sounds. The Quran has its unique way because it's a unique book. The Quran has its special way because it was revealed from the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. It cannot be compared to any other book. Okay, that's how much you review. So today we covered this line. You can see the line, sister. Jazariyya 60. We covered this line today. How to review and how much to review.